So in order to help plan your soundscape, after you've chosen what your soundscape is going to be about, it is very important to complete the soundscape planning document. You should print this file. Go ahead, put your name, if you happen to have a partner, both your names on it. And the soundscape you've chosen, tell us what it is here. Next, you're going to brainstorm. Now, there's quite a few boxes here to come up with the sounds, the types of sounds you would think you'd hear in the location you've chosen. So we talked about the airport already. So think about examples that you would hear in an airport. Airplanes, people walking, people talking, PA system, different bells that might go off. Those are the sorts of things you could hear in an airport. Think outside the box. The more, the better, because you may not be able to find every single one of these when we go to search for our sound effects online. But the more you have, the more authentic, the more interesting your soundscape will be. So now that you have some ideas for the sounds you're going to find, you need to classify your sounds into one of the 4 areas below. This will help you identify how frequently and how prominent sounds will appear in your soundscape. So you're going to have sounds that are constant, so happening almost all the time. Sounds that are intermittent, so those happen quite regularly. Sporadic, maybe only 2 or 3 or 4 times, but not very often. And panning sounds. Panning means to go from one channel to the next. So in this instance, the left to the right or the right to the left. So if I were to put the headphones on, you could have the sound of somebody walking pan from my right ear and transfer over to my left ear. So it'll actually sound like the person is physically walking in front of me or behind me. The idea for the panning sounds. This one particular category really gives your soundscape a 3rd dimension if the user was to close their eyes and listen. Very, very powerful effect. Okay, collect and make sound effects. Now, we do have the option to make our own sound effects, but by and large, you can just go to the internet and find them. Freesound.org is the site you will be using. I have another website and some videos talking about that. Your soundscape outline. So this is basically your timeline. So for us, we only need to create up to 60 seconds, but we put a little bit extra in there just in case. And basically on this timeline, start listing the sounds that are going to be constant, the ones that will be intermittent, and when, sporadic, and when you'll have a panning sound. So the airport, you would likely have the sound of walking and people talking in the background pretty much the entire time. PA, sound effects, intermittent, same with the sound of maybe planes taking off, that sort of thing. Sporadic might be baby crying. And a panning sound, again, having the ability of the sound effect going from left channel to right channel or vice versa is very powerful. So again, somebody walking, somebody talking. Once you have those 2 things filled out, you can go over, here's the overall project idea. Okay. Again, we'll open it up. You can choose any location you want. Okay, we don't need anything specific. Looking for the planning document, obviously, is very important. Up to about 15 different sound effects. Okay, we can use up to 2 sound effects that utilize the panning. Okay, 1 self-produced sound effect. Okay, we can come up with one of these. We'll show you. That's an additional bonus thing we can do. We use free sound effect. Each sound file should only contain 1 type of sound, walking, talking. Okay, and we'll have all the different sound effects in a folder, as well as our Audacity project folder. Audacity is the program we're going to use to do this, and we're going to just create a 60-second clip. Here's the marking rubric. Okay, you can see here it's out of a total of possible points of 28. Categories are evidence of planning. So you get maximum points when you've done this planning document neatly and organized and well thought out. Criteria, all the criteria outlined in the instruction sheet have been met. So did you do everything we've asked you to do on the sheet? The quality, high quality. The effects are spaced out properly and mixed very well. They all have the same volume within reason. Okay. The original sound files, you have all those original sound files somewhere in your drive or folder. And that's what we're looking for you to create a very exceptional soundscape